curious to see how far I can make it through this game in one life. Because, again, this isn't a game I grew up with. This is a game that I picked up, I played for maybe 2 weeks. I finished it, made my review on it, and that was pretty much it. I haven't picked it up since I finished that review. So it's been a few months since I've played this game, and I don't remember where stuff pops out of, which is usually pretty important in a top-down shooter, or even even more so in side-scrolling shooters. But it doesn't really matter where things pop out from if you're fully powered like I am, because it's usually kill it before it even gets on the screen. It only becomes important later on, after you've died a couple times, which isn't really going to make a difference in this video, since once I die once, it's over. I also get a mad score if I can play the whole game in one life. And the nicest thing about being fully powered is you can pay more attention to avoiding attacks than if you're not fully powered, because then you also have to pay attention to, are my attacks hitting the enemy? When you're fully powered, your attacks are pretty much going to be hitting the enemy, and you don't really need to pay that much attention to where you need to be to hit him. You only need to pay attention to where you need to be to avoid getting hit. So it kind of takes away like half of the difficulty of a boss fight. Because a lot of times you can sit there, and if you're not fully powered, you can sit there and pay attention to not getting hit, but you might not be hitting the enemy and the boss fight will never end. You really need to pay attention to where I need to be in order to hit the guy. But that was the really nice thing about the PC Engine Starfighter, was that all the homing attacks, you didn't even need to be on the bottom of the screen. You could be anywhere. You can be in the top left corner, and you could still be hitting the guy. And with every shot you attacked with. At least with this guy, I need, if I'm up at the top of the screen, I'm not hitting anything. I need to be near the bottom of the screen to hit things. But pretty much anywhere on the bottom of the screen will hit things. Oh, goofy little picture in between levels. Okay, like if I sit down here, I open up my spread shot with my options, and I don't really need to pay attention. I can probably just hold down the button and stare at the camera. I'm not going to, because I want to see how far I can make it in one life. And there are power-ups. I can't remember which one, which is like a negative power-up. I can't remember which power-up is the bad one. So I'm avoiding everything that I don't know what it is, and I'm avoiding all of the power-ups of a different color, since I like my bombs and I want to use my bombs. And I'm avoiding all the stars, because if I pick up like that B star, will give me another bomb, I believe, which will replace my options, which are my little Bomberman buddies. And I don't want to lose my Bomberman buddies. I really do like the art design they went with in this game. It's very different than what you would normally see in a top-down shooter. Usually you have a black background, you got some stars. I think that's the bad power-up you want to avoid. The one with a little Japanese character. The best thing I like about this game, though, are the boss fights. They just look so cute most of the time. I got these two little crabs just waddling around in the background, shooting energy balls at me. But they just look so cute. And the boss fights just get more interesting as the game goes on. Later on, if I make it that far, is the snowman boss, which I use in my intro because he's just so darn cute. And then there's the one boss where there's the giant Bomberman. You're fighting a big Bomberman who has to walk around like it was a Bomberman game. Like he only walks in between the blocks that he can walk between, and he drops giant bombs to try to damage you. So you even have to move around the map screen like it was a Bomberman game, trying to not blow up when the bombs blow up. I don't remember what that S power-up does, but I know it'll take away my options, and I don't want it. I'm collecting a lot of 1-ups. Oh, you also have, I don't usually use it, especially when I'm fully powered, but you also have like a clear the screen attack by pressing the 2 button, and that'll just clear the screen of enemies. And I have 4 of those right now. Now I don't usually use those when I'm fully powered because each time, you know, I just hold in the attack button and I'm pretty much clearing the top half of the screen anyway. I love this. I love these bosses. They're just so awesome looking. Oh, they're so cute. Whoops, almost got hit there. That's what I'm saying. If I didn't have a fully powered attack, I would have to be paying attention to where I'm standing to hit the enemy, not so much to avoid his attacks, which is what I'm doing. I just watch where his attacks are and I make sure I'm not there. I think I got hit once. I am no longer fully powered. I still have a spread shot of lots of bombs, which do lots of damage. And I still finished the boss, but I did get hit. Luckily though, it's not until I get hit, it's until I die, so I am still playing. And I believe I still have a shield, so I can still take another hit or 2, I think. Haha. Yeah, as far as the different ships are concerned, I really prefer playing as the PC Engine. First of all, because it's the goofiest character that you can play as. Like a PC Engine, who would have even thought of making a serious shooter game where you play as a video game console. Like, that's just awesome. Bomberman's my second favorite character to play as because I love Bomberman. It's so much fun, that game. That's one of those like really early games that I played as a kid and I've always enjoyed. One of the most fun competitive multiplayer games, in my opinion. And then you have the spaceship, which is kind of like the default. This is the character that you would play as in Star Soldier, like the original game that this is based off of, and why you would want to play as the Star Soldier in this like goofy, cartoony, like if you can play as Bomberman or a PC Engine, why would you want to play as a regular, boring old spaceship? That I don't get it. I guess it had to be in the game. Otherwise, it would be, I don't know. It's this is an awesome boss too. And there's another 1-up, which I don't really need to worry about, but I'll grab anyway. Yeah, the other thing with these bosses is if you're not fully powered up, you'll be standing right in his beam, and you really have to pay attention to what, you know, all these little shards that he's shooting out, and you have to time getting in between his giant energy blasts. But when you have a spread shot, you can just kind of stand to the side, and this guy is really easy. Oh, those question mark blocks I don't like. Because sometimes they're good, but sometimes they're not. So I will avoid question marks.